Hello everyone, we are going to start with a new topic, that is astrology. And in astrology, let's start with the lunar cycles, the lunar node specifically. That is going to be our first part. So we have the north node and the south node. If we look in Indian mythology, we also know it by the name of Rahu and Ketu, right? So these are the names which are there. It is also been known as Saros cycle. So names may be different, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the same theory, same technique. So let's come back to north and south nodes. Let's get into the details, but for understanding these details, we need to go on W. Gann's chart. This chart was being prepared in 1909, so it starts with 1784. So from 1784 to 1803, this is approximately somewhere around 18 to 19 year cycle. So 1803 to 1821, approximately again the same time period, which is 18 to 19 years, not exactly precise to the time, but yes, approximately the same timing. So 1784 to 1803, 1803 to 1821, it's going to be the approximately same time periods, and so on. The cycle then continues further approximately for 18 to 19 years. So it is approximately tentatively 18.6 years cycle which is there. Let's try to understand more about this part, and if you want to get into the details, as we know that this is north and south node. So let's understand a bit of theory. So this is the symbol or logo for Rahu. And with Rahu, as we know, this is the north lunar node. With Rahu, we have something called as Ketu, which is the opposite side, that is south lunar node. Now Rahu and Ketu, these are always opposite to each other at 180 degrees. This is a very important thing that we need to understand. North node, south node, 180 degrees apart. So this is the first part to understand, because some things are really important and critical to understand. We also know it as I told you, Saros cycle. And to be precise, this is taken from Wikipedia. So yes, Saros cycle is also a part. This is a bit different, but yes, this is going to be approximately 223 synodic months. And as we go further, yes, we'll try to understand about the 18.6 years cycle. So let's quickly go on. First of all, as we saw the dates which have been given, the years which have been precise for 18 to 90 years. So to understand more about this part, let's try to go on Dow Jones, so that we are able to specifically understand more about in details when we go on the charts, and then basis of chart we'll be able to exactly understand the things. So we have the Dow Jones over here approximately from 1895-96. This is specifically there on trading view. So this is trading view, as I told you. If we also try to find out probably on investing.com. So investing.com, again approximately it starts from 1970. There may be a difference, so let's try to shift across to trading view. And as we know the date which is there, so we had the first date is 1895, so that was the year. So we consider that this is a low. Actually it is from 1896, but yes, tentatively let's assume 1895 to be the start. So we go to the next date, which is from 1895. So we come to 1914. So let's try to see if we get a low around in 1805 to, that is sorry, 1895 to 1914. So 1940 probably if we get the next low after this. So this is, as I told you, 1895, and from 1895 we go to the next date, which is probably 1914. So yes, 1914 is because that is approximately, as I told you, 18 to 90 year cycle, so we need to consider that. So this purple line which is there, that is 1914. So we get a low approximately as per the cycles. We from here would be able to check out with the next date also, which is over here, comes to 1932. 1932 is very important for us to understand, and this is a low of 1932 we know as the Great Depression. W. Gann has also mentioned about this in his book Tunnel Through the Air, so you can definitely go through that parts one by one to understand more about details. So it has started from 1929, it was at a high of 400, and from 400 it came down to somewhere around 40. So it was almost a 90% fall overall if you check in the market. So definitely this fall was very critical, and W. Gann has written in his book. So from 1909, which has been already written by him, and 1932 if he is predicting something. These are cycles. So the next date after 1932 is going to be 1951. So let's say if we are getting a low again, this is one more low that we are getting now. Not necessarily exactly at every day or every time we will be getting an exact low, but yes, again we are getting a similar kind of low. So from 1951 again we go to 1969. So 1969, yes, we are getting a low as per the cycle. If we check out high low reversal, so yes, definitely that is a low again. After 1969 we have 1988. So yes, 1988, let's try to see. So 1988 again we find a major low somewhere around 1987, 88. Yes, so approximately again that is a low if we check across. So may vary a bit here and there depending on the 18.6 year cycle, but yes, approximately around somewhere nearer to that we are getting a low. So after this 1988 we have the next low. So if you look at the bottom over here, somewhere around 2007, 2008, that is a low. So 2008 again we know it was a major low. We remember the Lehman Brothers because of 2008 low cycles which is there. There was a crash, huge crash. So of course market did come down heavily during those days also. Again a major low which is already been given. See, this was been made in 1909. So predicting for 2008 is the next part. So if we need to check next 2008, so from 2008 plus if we go for 18, so let's try to check out. We get somewhere around 2026. So maybe 2026 would be the next major low as such, specifically in the market. We are not 100% sure, but yes, as per the financial timetable that is there with us, this may be a low. So let's try to see if we are getting. We are just trying to predict something of forecasting cycles which are there. So yes, this can be one of the things which is there. Uh, just giving as per the cycles which are there. So it's not necessarily exactly the same thing would be there. We'll try to see more of details. So this is something A, B, C, D, which has been given by W.D. Gann in the table again. So let's try to focus on that and try to see if we are getting something specific. So this is A we signed extreme low. Yep. So this is extreme low stock prices, strikes, depression, despair, beginning of new businesses generation, and 4 years of rising stock. Yeah, this is something really important for us to understand because this 4 year cycles are again going to be critical. We will try to see about those things also. One of the most important thing, young men becoming dominant. So yes, B, high stock prices. So again, these are specific cycles which are there. You need to go back to the dates and try to understand precisely when exactly would be happening. All the things we will not be able to explain exactly in this video, but yes, next after B, so let's try to see over here. So this is as per the financial timetable. We are just purely referring to that. C is again panic in the market. So yes, probably these are cycles. We need to see if the cycles have been exactly happening. Of course, you'd be able to find this chart easily on Google, or just I'll attach it over here also. So as per the dates, if you see, these are overall the details which are being given by W.D. Gann. So we have C, D, E, F. Again, we have low stock prices. H, this is something very critical. So let's try to understand more about of this also. So again, we have J, if we see major panic crash, 4 years of falling prices, business stagnated, and other things which are there, which is again involving unemployment also. So yes, overall this is there. You can definitely go through the chart and try to understand more about this part. So with this, we see about one more important thing which is there, which has been given by W. Gann, which is 4 years of rising stock prices. So let's try to see this if it is actually happening or not, because this is something really important for us to understand whether something like this happens or not. So let's go on the chart. This is Nifty. So we have 2008. This was the low of 2008. After that we got it in 2012. So this is 2012. After 2012 there was a rise and fall again. It was 2016. Again from 2016 a fall which was there in 2020. So yes, the cycles are approximately of 4 years that we are seeing over here. You can definitely go through that. And next cycle from next would be 2024. This is a wild guess again as per what has been given by WD Gann. So let's try to see if these things actually do work or not. 2024 is just around the corner, so we'll be able to know that if this exactly works or not. So yes, these are the things that we need to understand, and these are approximately, as I told you, 4 years of cycle which is there. This is there on Nifty. We saw that on Dow Jones also. So 4 years of cycle: 2004, 2008, 2012, 16, and 2020. So yes, these are all 4 years of cycle which you see: 2004, 2008. So 2008 we saw a major low, 2012, 2016, 2020, and next maybe, as we said to you, maybe wild guess 2024. So maybe we can get a 2024 low. So this is as per the table which has been extended given by W. Gann in 1909. So dates are already been given to us. One more major thing that we just need to understand over here, probably we'll try to just zoom it across as per the dates which have been given. So one critical thing probably that is not there in that part here. We'll just try to zoom this, maybe something critical for us to understand. So here some dates have been given by W. Gann. So 25th of December 1989 to 13th March 1934. Maybe there is a small change which was been given, revises dates which have been given. So we need to see this also if something important is there. We'll try to cover this in a different session. So again, talking about the theory part, yes, these are pertaining to Saros cycle, north node, south node, which is a cycle of 18.6 years. Quite critical and important for us to understand, because this is going to be a major cycle. This table was been made in 1909, so it tells about the dates which are there. Of course, we can extend that as per the dates which are there given to us from 1784. Sorry, it is from 1984 onwards. So yes, typically the dates have been given over here. We will try to understand more about this. This is going to be the first session, so we'll try to go a bit slow. We wanted to focus more of on the practical chart which was been given. So these are Rahu and Ketu lunar nodes. So the lunar node cycle is quite critical. We need to understand. We thought that let's try to focus first of all on the practical aspects, because whenever we make a video, the first thing that they ask is how to apply this. So we thought let's try to first of all practically apply this. Tell about the Rahu Ketu cycles, the lunar node cycles, which are approximately 18.6 years. Of course, there are smaller cycles that is there. So we saw one of the cycles which was typically of 4 years also, and those cycles also, if we are able to chart, probably try to put it on the charts in a very precise way. So probably we'll be able to get a better understanding about those parts also, and maybe try to put on things together. So this was the practical part which we tried to put up from our side. Of course, the theory part is going to be totally different. We'll see about the theory part in a different video, maybe trying to put across all these things. But this is especially about this table which was been made by W. Gann, and if you see probably the dates which are there, we probably are getting the dates on those specific years. If we need to go to the point, yes, we need to get into the details also. But yes, this table which is there at this stage, it has been justified. The lows which we are able to get across, this are able to get, you check down for any of the dates which are there and just try to check on the charts. So chart wise, you'll be able to get the lows at least in terms of the dates which have been given. So every date, or maybe the years which have been marked over here, we are trying to get a low over here. So these are specially been marked. You can also do the back testing from your side. As I told you, yes, this is readily available. And W. Gann has also talked about the 1932 low. So yes, of course, he was able to predict that with efficiency. Why? Because he knew about the cycles which are there. So this is more of to do with the cycles part, and understanding the cycles is what makes W. Gann special, because then we will be able to predict the future also. And if you see the lows which are there precisely to the point which have been coming up, and we are able to get not only the lows, yes, but a reversal of cycles because of the north node and the south node. So if you know this north node south node cycles which are there approximately of 18.6 years, maybe probably things would be much more easier. So this would be there in this video at this stage. If you want to understand more about this part, definitely do wait for the next video to come down, so that we'll be able to explain about the theory about this dates, this table,